It was of a night, late lang time agone, in an auld stane eld, when Adam was delvin and his madameen spinning water silts, when Mulk Mounty Naughty Man was every bully, and the first leal ribber robber that ever had her ain way everybody to his love-saking eyes, and every billy lived a love with everybody else. And Jarl van Huther had his burnt head high up in his lamp house, laying cold hands on himself, and his two little Jiminies, cousins of Orn, Christopher and Hilary, were kick-a-heeling their dummy on the oilcloth floor of his Hummerai castle and earthen house. And be Dermot, who come to the keep of his inn only the niece of his in-law, the Prankquean. And the Prankquean pulled a rosy one and made her wit for an instant the dower, and she lit up in Fireland was ablaze. And spoke she to the dower in her petty Perusienne, "Mark the wands, why do I am a look-alike a poss of porter peas?" And that was how the skirmishes began. But the dower hand-worded her grace in Dooch Nassau, "Shut!" So her Grace O'Malice kid snapped up the Jiminy Christopher, and into the shandy westerness she rain. And Jarl van Huther warlest after her with soft dove's gall. "Stop, deep, stop, come back to my earin, stop!" But she sweared it to him, unlikelihood. And there was a brand-new whale that same Sabbath night of falling angles somewhere in Aereo. And the Prankquean went for her 40 years' walk in Tourlemond, and she washed the blessings of the love spots off the Jiminy with soaps Oliver Suddles, and she had her 4 owlers masters for to touch him his tickles, and she convorted him to the one sure all good, and he became a luterman. So then she started to reign, and, be Red Tom, she was back again at Jarl van Huther's, and a brace of samers, and the Jiminy with her and her pinafrond, lace at night, at another time. And where did she come but to the bar of his Bristolry? And Jarl van Huther had his Bartholomew-bruised heels drowned in his cellar malt, shaking warm hands with himself, and the Jiminy Hilary and the dummy in their first infancy were below on the tier sheet, ringing and coughing like Brodar and Histher. And the Prankquean nipped a paly one and lit up again, and redcocks flew flackering from the hill combs. And she made her witter before the wicked, saying, "Mark the twy, why do I am a look-alike 2 poss of porter peace?" And "Shut," says the wicked, hand-wording her majesty. So her majesty aforethought set down a Jiminy, and took up a Jiminy, and all the lily pathways to Woman's land she rain. And Jarl van Huther bleathered at her with a loud fine gale, "Stop, Dom, stop, come back with my earring, stop!" But the Prankquean sweareded, "Am liking it." And there was a wild old granuale that Lawrencey night of star shooting somewhere in Aereo, and the Prankquean went for her 40 years' walk in Turn Lemime, and she punched the curses of Cromcruel with a nail of a top into the Jiminy, and she had her 4 larksicle monatrix to touch him his tears, and she provorted him to the one certain all secure, and he became a Tristian. So then she started raining, and in a pair of changers, bedom ter, she was back again at Jarl van Huther's and the Larry Hill with her under her abromet. And why would she halt at all if not by the ward of his mansion home of another nice lace for the 3rd charm? And Jarl van Huther had his hurricane hips up to his pantry box, ruminating in his hold 4 stomachs, dare, oh dare. And the Jiminy tougher trees and the dummy were beloved on the watercloth, kissing and spitting and roguing and poguing like knave paltry and naive bride, and in their 2nd infancy. And the Prankquean picked a blank and lit out, and the valleys lay twinkling. And she made her wittest in front of the archway of Tri-Hump, asking, "Mark the tris, why do I am a look-alike 3 poss of porter peace?" But that was how the skirmishes end up. For like the Campbells are coming with a fork lance of lightning, Jarl von Huther Bronnersch himself, the old terror of the dames, came hip-hop-handy-hap out through the pike-opened archway of his 3 shut-into castles. In his broad ginger hat, and his civic collar, and his alabuff hemd, and his bullbraggin socks and gloves, and his ladbroke breeks, and his catgut bandolier, and his fur-frame panuncular combots like a rud-yellin' grue-bleen orangeman in his violet indigo nation, to the whole length of the strength of his bowman's bill. And he clapped his rude hand to his easy hitch, and he ordered, and his thick spitch-spick for her to shut up shop, Dappy, and the duppy shot the shutter clup. Percod Huskirun Bog Rual Yagogorlai or Grom Grimmit Guntur Thruma Thuna Radidilly Fatilly Bummelanakanan. And they all drank free. For one man in his armor was a fat match always for any girl's undershirts. And that was the first piece of alliterative porthery in all the flame-end floody flatuous world. How Kiersey the Tyler made a sweet un close to the Narwhelian capital. So fore shalt thou see, between ye and me. The Prankquean was to hold her dummy ship, and the Jiminy's was to keep the peace wave, and Van Huther was to get the wind up. Thus the hearsomeness of the burger felicitates the whole of the polis.